everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode, we managed to recover the box from a crone that had been stolen from him. Unfortunately, at the same time, said box turned out to be empty, so someone stole his orb of communication, which we kind of know what it is thanks to doing Exodus. So we need to find it. He told us to head to Dan's village and speak with Dan. So we did. Where we found a store that sells some very expensive blades, most of which we can't really afford. A totally not a brothel and actually completely a diner. A guy who was very self-aware, and a bunch of shops that sell things that are not at all useful to us. Including some monsters who sell things too. Because of course. For now, let's move in and speak with Dan. You approach this man, who is sorting through a huge pile of papers. He is tall and dressed in fine robes. He looks important.
Hi, my name is Dan, he says as you draw near, not looking up at you yet. Welcome to my village.
What do you do here?
I run everything, he replies, waving one hand around to indicate all the surroundings in one sweep. I know everything that goes on in these mountains, and I do my best to make everything go smoothly. You've come at a bad time, though. Yes, I know who you are and why you've come. I also know why you'll fail.
Why is now a bad time?
Well, you know some already. Macron's orb is missing. The person who stole the box was sure to implicate a number of others too, as you know, including the goblins. Even now, the chain of events set off by the robbery is proceeding unchecked. But then there's a bunch of stuff you don't know about. There was a major disaster in the Land of Oaks, a chitwrack infestation. Count yourself lucky that that's one monster plague you don't have to deal with.
He waves his hand vaguely.
There was a raid on a caravan coming this way from the east, from Stocktown. Bandits or some such. Worst of all, the archmage is relentless.
Sounds like a mess.
Yes, Dan says with a strange smile. It's quite a mess. But then that's my job, to clean up messes around here. Occasionally I seek out help, but in this case I have all the help I need.
Can you help us?
Well, I can, he emphasizes, chuckling. But the real question is whether I will or not.
He thinks for a moment, talking as he does so.
Let's see, you're trying to recover Macron's orb. You're here because you don't know where else to go.
His complete knowledge of your predicament is a bit unnerving.
Yes, I'll help you. Here's what you need to know. Talk to Narayan. He's the one who stole the box. He doesn't have any of Macron's property anymore, but he can tell you where you should look next.
He adds, almost as an afterthought,
do not trust everything that Narayan says. He is a strange man and a pathological liar.
Where can we find Narayan, and how can we trust him if he's the one who robbed Macron's room?
He's in the forest just outside my door. The forest is a little thick, so you may have to look for a little while, but wander around and you'll find him. As for whether you trust him or not, that's up to you. He's the one who took the box, though, and he doesn't have it anymore.
If you know everything, why can't you just tell us where the orb is now and how to get it?
You are newbies, aren't you? Only been in this business for a day or two?
He laughs again as your faces turn bright red.
I could give some excuse about not wanting to be responsible for your untimely demises, chasing after the orb when it has been taken by powers so great that you can hardly comprehend them, but I know that you're not going to die on this quest. Even if you do die, you will just cast the mighty spell Reload, turn back time, and alter it so that you survive the encounter. I sense that you have that power at least, even if you are weak and helpless in almost every other way. No, the real reason is that I won't tell you how to get the orb, is that that's just not how it works. I have to tell you to go somewhere so that when you get there, you feel as though you've accomplished something. It's more fun that way.
Okay. Fail? What do you mean?
You've come here to find Macron's orb and recover it. You won't. There are forces at work here that are more powerful than you can even imagine. You may as well give up now and keep going to the Land of the Oaks. The theft of the little box is the beginning of a chain of events affecting this entire land, shaking it to its foundations. You're far too small, too powerless to have any effect on it.
So you're just going to let the world go to hell in a handbasket?
No, I have a plan. It just doesn't involve you. Stick around if you want. I may find some use for you yet. Or keep trying to recover Macron's orb. It doesn't really matter. You'll fail, but you won't hurt anyone except maybe yourselves.
The archmage, what's he been doing?
Well, I can't really say. It's classified. But we've heard rumblings coming from his mansion, and it sounds bad. Even I don't know the whole story, and I know everything that goes on around here. I'm trying to find out, though. think there might be more to all these disasters than it first meets the eye, but I'm just speculating. Well, we plan to try to anyway, have an effect on things. Your determination is admirable, but stupid. His smile twists crookedly. You have the courage of Empire dervishes, but the ability of mung rats. Oh well, no harm will come of it, except perhaps to you yourselves.
How do you know everything?
Wouldn't you like to you? It's my job to know everything. I have eyes and ears everywhere in the least expected places, and they tell me all that I would like to know. Besides, I'm a pretty good judge of people. Take you, for example. I'd put the lot of you as newbies. You're adventurers, but you've barely gotten started, and you have no real power. How near am I?
You nod sadly. He's right.
I'd heard of you, of course, so it's not a completely fair test, but that's just what my eyes tell me, even ignoring what else I've been told.
Okay, then. Interesting that he has a throne room back there. And a bedroom that doesn't have anything in it. Alright, let's speak with this Narayan back here. Dan said you know about Macron's orb. Narayan's eyes glint murderously.
Oh, he said that, did he?
He weighs this in his mind.
Well, he said a damn bit more than he should have then. I suppose you'll be wanting to know where it is, and I'll probably tell you, despite my obvious dislike for you and everything that you stand for.
Why'd you take it, and how?
I took it because I wasn't hugged enough as a child. I've concluded that all of my evil deeds are due to my parents' failings in raising me. I wasn't shown enough affection, so I took to thievery and banditry to get attention. My father never taught me how to distinguish true friendship from false, so when the archmage came to me and asked me to commit this robbery for him, I did not refuse, out of loyalty and a desire for money. Then, because my mother never taught me to litter, I cast aside the worthless box in the goblin lair.
Yes, where is it?
The archmage has it. The archmage has it, and you'll never get it back. I would add a thinly veiled threat, but my father never taught me enough work ethic to sustain hating you for long enough to do so.
Where is the archmage keeping it now, and how could we get it back?
I imagine, because my parents never cut down on my needless speculation, that he is back at his mansion using the orb right now. The only way you could get it back is to kill him, and that's impossible. Unless you could steal it back from him somehow.
Yes, stealing it back from him sounds good. How might we do that?
I really shouldn't tell you, because the archmage is a good customer of my mercenary work, but since the girl that I liked when I was 13 rejected me, I've learned not ever to trust anyone, and have betrayed all of my best friends. I'll tell you. First, you must find the secret passage by the town ruined by the monster plague a few weeks back. It could have been saved if only those other adventurers had completed their mission a few days earlier. Beyond the secret passage, you must pass the incredibly dangerous Perilous Path. I cannot tell you of the dangers that await you there. You must discover them yourself. The path has defeated many valiant parties before you. Finally, you will arrive at the Archmage's castle. You'll be entering through the back door, and somewhere near there you can find the Archmage's private labs. The orb is probably near there, but he didn't tell me exactly where.
Gee, thanks. That was really helpful. You're swell.
Don't thank me. I only did it because I know that I could never live up to my father, and the shame drives me to envy and hate him, and if you haven't guessed, the Archmage is my father. You will kill him.
He repeats to himself.
Yes, they will kill him. Yes, yes.
You get the awkward feeling that the conversation is over. Okay, then. So, that's what we are to do. I am, however, quite curious about this, You boldly walk right up to the front door of the Archmage's castle, hoping to knock on the door and get let in. Before you can get within 10 yards of the door, you are transfixed. You cannot move forward. You start moving backward, and you find that retreat is easy, but some spell prevents you from walking forward. This magic is well over your head. You cannot enter this way. Alright, I guess we'll be going through this route, then. Alright, let's move on. This was once a prosperous, thriving town. Then, very recently, if you were to judge by appearances, it was attacked by a plague of monsters. The monsters seem to have been eliminated, as if their source was destroyed soon after they arrived. If this monster plague had been stopped just a few days earlier, this town might not have been destroyed. Of course, since you didn't know about the monster plague, there was nothing that you could have done. What was that he said about secret passage, and also how we shouldn't listen to it? Secret passage by the town. Okay, by the town. Then down the Perilous Path. Okay. It's by the town, not in the town. So, there we are. You enter what must surely be the Perilous Path that Narayan described. You have to admit, it is not exactly what you expected. Cats. It's filled with cats. You stop for a moment. This is the Perilous Path. It's full of flowers and kittens. Maybe they're kittens of evil magic or something. Hey, it's possible. They could attack us any second now. Any second now. Well, I mean, kittens are horribly deadly to level 1 adventurer, to level 1 commoners. It's well known. You stop for a moment again. I have a theory. Helmet Brain has a theory. Ignoring your less than encouraging companion, you continue. I think that the Perilous Path is not so much a descriptive name as it is clever marketing. See, if people think it's perilous, they won't go down the path. It guards the way just as well as if they had big traps and guards, without the expense of actually having traps and guards. See? Just marketing. No one appreciates me. Hey, like I said, house cats are deadly to level 1 commoners. Here, kitty kitty, pretty flowers. Alright. As you approach the end of the tunnel, you can see the secret back entrance to the Archmage's castle. This is it! It is now time to charge in heroically and finally win that fortune and glory that Macron was talking about. Specifically, fortune and glory, or something. You approach Parappa's castle from the backside, having wrested the secret of the tunnel from Narayan and braved the tremendous dangers of the Perilous Path, or something. At any rate, the tower is quite tall and impressive. And it's very blue. It also appears unguarded. Almost entirely unguarded. You don't hear anything inside. It's a little too quiet. Also, I like that door design. A library! This must contain all the Archmage's secrets to success. Your eyes immediately begin scanning the shelves eagerly. Many of the titles look irrelevant, but surely in here there must be something of use. On this shelf, you find a book titled How to be a Mysterious Archmage Without Really Trying. Based on what you've seen around here, this Archmage has definitely taken this book's advice. And that's a book. Does this book say anything? The title of this book is Cute Cuddly Kittens as Self-Defense. It goes on to describe how to raise the sweetest, fluffiest kittens imaginable and scatter them around the perimeter of one's home to protect it. The gist of the argument seems to be that would-be attackers will become so distracted by petting the friendly purring kittens that they will forget to attack, and thus they can be detected and subdued with ease. There's a great deal of underlining and many marginal notes saying, wow, and how insightful and much cheaper than my current system. This explains a lot. Meditation cells, somewhat dusty and clearly unused. Huh, indeed. An old cobwebby storage room. Surely this must be where the Archmage casts off old, seldom-used scrolls or tomes of arcane knowledge, where valuable information can be gleaned from the scraps. Bolt of cloth. Trash. Trash. Bones. Or perhaps not. Forbidden zone. Stay out. Fine, let's take a look in the other direction first then, because that's how I do things. You find a stout wooden lever emerging from the slot in the floor. Pull the lever. Whoa, impressive! Big explosion! Wonder what it's for. You fiddle with it a bit more, and it doesn't appear that it's for anything. It just makes big explosions. Judging by the rug of cheap wine in the corner, the archmage comes up to this room when he wants to get drunk and blow stuff up. Lovely. As you enter this room, you see a wall of impenetrable magical field surrounding a statue. Could it be an awesomely powerful living statue that the archmage has trapped in here and experimented on against its will, and that now has a terrible grudge against the archmage and will aid you in your quest once you free it? You look a bit closer. No, it's just a statue. It's not living at all. The archmage just decided to set up these impenetrable magical fields around a completely normal, bland statue. As you step in front of this window, a dog outside barks at you. You hush it, and it promptly quiets. You look out the window and see a number of puppies and kittens, not unlike the wildlife at the Perilous Path. Adventurer's instincts take over for a moment, and you check if the puppies have magical residue, or are actually baby direwolves or something, but no. The archmage is true to form. They're just normal, adorable puppies and kittens. Well, okay then. There's nothing in that. Oh, wait. This control panel presumably controls the magical fields in this room. However, it is far too complicated for you to figure out. You try pressing a few buttons at random, but nothing happens. How useful. This door is powerfully locked. You can't get through no matter what you do. This room appears to be used for cooking of some sort. Given the various scraps around the room, you're not sure what you really want to know what's being cooked or for what purpose. Here's where the cooking takes place. Would you like to look in? And he looks in. Come on, Helmet Brain. What do you see? I don't know. I don't want to know. We're done here. Okay, then. Kitchen knife. What is this, a dining room? How do you like them apples? Har har. As you approach, these runes flash, and a commanding voice says in your head, "You are not authorized to pass." You can't cross. You suspect these runes were designed to keep intruders out, unless they have some charm, presumably, but they're keeping you in. You can't go out this way. Forbidden Zone, stay out. The sign on the wall says, "Forbidden Zone, stay out." Sounds like the perfect place for adventurers like yourselves to find powerful artifacts and defeat great monsters and earn loads of XP, if you can only get the door open. Unfortunately, you can't. The door is magically locked well beyond your ability to pick, and you don't have the key. Given how this adventure is going, it may not even be possible to find the key here. Alright, stairway up there. Stairway up here. It's probably the same thing on the other side. Fascinating that this is completely unguarded, like this. Okay, there's a few doors here. In this room, there are many ornate statues and beautiful paintings, depicting figures and scenes that may be from the Archmage's past. They may hold the key to... No. Looks as though they're just statues and paintings. Darn it! Alright, well, let's go in this area from the front. Because, of course. Actually, you know what? I'll let this episode run a little shorter. I don't know how much longer this whole thing is, but still. I'm going to end this episode here, because there's probably going to be something interesting to happen here. That'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I'm Chester44, that is Chester, Goroth, Natalie, and Lauren. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.